Hello, welcome to another car tutorial, and this time I'll be taking you to assembly drawing, and we will be covering everything that you need for your exams, okay, including the bill of materials, the sheet format, exploded view, and anything that you need, okay, the balloons and others. All right, but first I'll be taking you through how to apply the material. I initially told you I was going to teach you how to apply material to your part or your model. So I have this model here that I created. So from what your lecture taught you, just come to the features manager, material, right click on it, and then click on edit material. Okay, this window will pop up. This is the edit material window. Now you can select the material that you want, from steel, iron, whatever you want. You can select wood too. So I want wood, so I click on the wood, click on this arrow, select the type of wood that I want. I want a mahogany. Good. Click on apply, and you can see that the appearance has been applied. This is mahogany. You can always see the appearance before applying it. You can come to appearance from here, and then you can see the appearance before applying it. So let's go to something like um steel. Let me go to steel, select carbon steel, come to appearance, so you know how your model will appear. Okay, click on apply, and then you have your steel applied. That's good, right? So this is how to apply the material to your part. Alternatively, you can just come to here, appearance, and then click on the type of material that you want. If it is plastic, high, okay, select the plastic. You can drag it and then just drop it. When you drop it, this window will appear indicating now where do you want to place it. Is it the face? Is this the boss extrude, or is it the body, the full body? So I just want to apply it to the face, so let's click on face, and you can see that it has been applied to the face that I dropped the material to. Okay, so I can do same, select this, select it and put it to this face, and select this face, and then you can see that it has been applied to just this face and not the whole thing. But if I drag this, bring it here, and then select the full body, it will be applied to the full body. Okay, everything will be applied to the full body, and then you can see that. Okay, let me turn on graphics, rare graphics. Okay, good. So that is how it is. That is how it is. You can apply to the face, the boss extrude, everything that you want. You can even apply to a feature. Okay, you can just apply this to this feature. So let's put it here, and you can apply to the fillet alone, and you can see that the fillet alone changes appearance. So that's how to apply material. Okay, so you just come here and click on appearance. Back to our assembly drawing. So you open the assembly file that you created. Okay, the assembly file that we created. Mine was assembly 2. So this is my assembly, contain the hatch, the hinge, and the screws. Okay, so just come to file, and then click on make drawing from assembly. Okay, so you should open a window like this, and then you select the sheet format. I want a landscape, and if you don't want, you want a blank sheet, just click on this. Okay, if you don't want a blank sheet, we don't want a blank sheet, we want a sheet format which we could edit later. So take it, select landscape. If you want portrait, usually I use landscape because that's what normally is recommended. Okay, so okay, then a sheet format like this will appear. So you have something like this. Now I want to create something from here. So from here, display an isometric view of an exploded state and two multi-view, the front and the right views. Okay, so one thing that I will show you, to create standard views, that's the top, the front, and the right or the left plane. You want to create those views automatically. Okay, so to do that, we start from going to drawing, go to drawing, good, to drawing. Now you can see from here, you can see standard tree view. Click on it, this window will appear. Select the assembly tool. Okay, make sure assembly tool is selected. Click on a check mark, and automatically these views will be pasted here. This is the right, this is the front face, and this is the top face. So this is how to get your standard tree views automatically. Okay, so you can pull it here. Okay, you can also pull this one here. Good. So pull this one here. Click on the check mark. So we have our standard three views. Now let's place the isometric view and then make it what? Make an exploded view from it. Okay. So let me show you the, I mean, the longer way. Okay. From you just click on isometric and then put it here. But let's go to the right way, the standard way that you have to create it. Okay. So from let's go to draw drawing. Okay. Drawing. Now let's go to model view. Model view, assembly tool should be selected. Then come here and then click on next. Do not click on the check mark. The check mark cannot even be clicked because it has been what, graded out. So just click on next. This window appears. Select trimetric. Okay, trimetric. Later I'll show you how to make it using the isometric view. This is trimetric. So let's start with it. Let's do this. Trimetric. Okay, make sure hidden lines remove is selected. Scroll down and then choose use sheet scale. Okay, make sure this is selected. Usually this one is the one selected. Use custom scale, but we are going to choose use sheet scale. Place it here and then click on the check mark. So you have this is not as an isometric view, it's a trimetric view, but this is how the trimetric view is. You can see the isometric view. Okay, there are differences. So let me place the isometric view also here. Okay, later we can just delete it. So let me place the isometric view. Click here, drag it and place it here. You have your isometric view here too. So to prevent you from using the long way, you could have just, let's delete this. Okay, yes, come here. If you want the trimetric view, you could just place it here, and that's it, to prevent you going for the longer way. Okay, but I just showed you that just in case your software malfunctions and you don't get something like this, okay, you have to follow what I did to model view, and then you can put your trimetric view there. So let's delete the trimetric view because we will be using the isometric view. According to the sheet, we need an exploded view using what, the isometric view. I exploded state. Okay, using the isometric view. So let's delete this. Right click and click on yes. So let's pull this one, pull this one here, because we will be placing the bill of materials somewhere here. Okay, so this is how to place the isometric view. Now we want an exploded view from this. So make sure this side is selected, the isometric view is selected. Right click and then click on properties. Okay, after clicking on properties, come here and select show in exploded or model break state. Select it and click on OK. Then you have your exploded view. Okay, zoom in. This is the exploded view. So we are done with that. Let's move on. Include balloons, bill of materials, and three reference dimensions. Good. So let's add the dimensions before applying the balloons. So to add the dimensions, you have to go to annotations from this, the command manager. Go to annotations. Then from annotations, you have to go to model items. Click on model items, and then from model items, source selected component. No, we want only and we want entire model. Okay, go to entire model. Good. Let's check what the paper said and add three reference. Okay, they didn't say at least. Let me show you what will happen if you click on the entire model. Okay, first, then I'll show you what you have to do. Entire model selected from there. Now let's come down. Okay, I think everything's okay. So let's click on the check mark. Good. Sorry, I should have selected one of these before going to the model items. Entire model. Good, 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 good. Now click on OK, and you can see that the dimensions have been applied to that. Dimensions have been applied here. Dimensions have been applied here. But this is making the sheet very, I mean, this is dirty. This is more like a dirty sheet. Let's go back. Let's go back. Okay, so let's apply the dimensions to this holes, the spacing only. So we'll click on this top face, go to annotations, model items, source. This time we want only assembly, and then click on the check mark. So we have one dimension here, and this is the dimension for the holes. Okay, We'll add the other two reference dimensions later. So let's add the balloons, okay? So now let's click on the exploded view. We want the balloons to be here, okay? Click on the exploded view, okay? Then click on annotations. From annotations, you move on to tables. Click on the drop down menu and then click on from annotations, just click on auto balloon, right? Auto balloon, and then click on the check mark. So you have your balloons here, and then you can even edit the balloon, the direction, the position, everything. So you can put this one here, the length. You can also increase the length. So you have your balloons placed on your exploded state. So this is how to place the balloons. You go to annotations and then click on auto balloon. Okay. So now let's add a test here. If you want to add a note to show you that we made holes here, okay, to match the screws, we just click on annotations, click on notes, and then make sure you select one of these holes. Click on that and then click to place your what test box, and then you can type. So let's see what they type. I think they type something here. Let's check the book. They typed something and it was what? Drill 7 over 64 holes. Let's just type anything. That would be waste of time. So let's type drill blah 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 blah. Click on escape to place it. Escape. Okay. So you have this. You have your notes here. Okay. You can also place a note anywhere. So you have how this is how to place a note. This is how to place a balloon. And this is the exploded state. So now let's add the dimensions. We have two dimensions to add again. We are supposed to add three reference dimensions. We have only one. And then this time, choose this. Go to model items. Do not choose entire model. Let's go to selected components. I think there will be an error, but let's click on yes. And then okay, we have something like this. And then this is more clean. Okay. So let's put this one here. This a bit here. And then this is okay, but you can pull it here. So you have your dimensions. Okay, you have about 1 2 3 4 5 6 dimensions, and that's okay. Okay, that's okay for your exams. That's okay. Now let's add the bill of materials. So with the bill of materials, we're giving some specifications. It must include these columns: item number, part number, description, and then quantity. By default, let's see what the bill of materials contains. So to create the bill of materials, let's go to annotations, go to tables, click on the drop down menu and click on bill of materials. Let's select the drawing first, select any of these. So let's select these tables, bill of materials. Good. Let's click on the check mark. Everything is okay. So check mark and then place the bill of materials here. And then we can see that automatically our software has created a bill of materials for us. We can edit it just like an Excel sheet, okay? Just like an Excel sheet. So let's come here and see what was given: item number, part number, description, and quantity. And yes, that's what they wanted: item number, part number, description, and quantity. But I think here should be part name and not part number. So double click on that cell and then type part name rather. Okay. Click on escape to place it. Good. So you can edit the font of this bill of materials, the size and everything. So to edit it, click on any of these cells and you can see an editing window toolbar open like this. Click on this to override use document font, and then you can see that you can change the font type to any font that you want. Let's choose Times New Roman, okay? But first we have to select everything so that the editing will apply to everything here. So let's select here, then choose Times New Roman. So you click on this arrow here on your on the top left corner, okay? On the top left corner, you click it to select the whole what table, and then click on Times New Roman. Good. So the size you can make it 14, and then let's make it center align. Center align. That's good. Bold, and then now we can click on anywhere aside the table to apply the changes. So we have our bill of materials edited like this. We can always click here and type in everything that you want. Okay, and type in everything that you want. Click on break link and I can type whatever I want. Okay, good. Without error that came, you can just click on break link and then you can type in whatever you want. Okay, so you have our bill of materials just like what was instructed in the exam sheet. Okay, so use appropriate scale and drawing and spacing for the drawing views. So the scaling, if we were given a scale to use in this, I don't think we were given a scale. The scale is 1 is to 20. Okay, 1 is to 20. So yes. So yes, we could just add or change the scale. We can see that from here it's 1 is to 8. But when you come here, it's 1 is to 2. I didn't check. I can't change it right now because when I change it, a lot will happen. I'll have to rearrange everything here. So to be on the safer side, whenever you click on a file and then click on make drawing from assembly, after creating your sheet, just right click on the sheet. Let me show you how to do it. After getting this, just right click, go to properties and then choose 1 is to 2 or whatever skill has been given before you start. So let's say 1 is to 3. Click on apply changes and the skill will be applied even before adding everything. Okay, so that you wouldn't have to make any changes and then get confusing. So let's be for this tutorial, I'll just use the 1 is to 8. Okay, so I'll be using 1 is to 8. So with this, we are almost done. We are done with the bill of materials. We are done with the views, isometric, right, front, top. Okay, if you want to delete this, you can just right click and delete it. So now let's edit this. We have to edit this sheet to look like this. Okay, to look like this. Okay, and then we can type in whatever we want to type in, the date, the weight, and everything. Okay, so come here, right click on any empty space and then click on edit sheet format. Good, so everything will disappear, leaving just the sheet. And now you can delete. Click here, delete, delete. Be deleting everything. Just delete everything, everything, delete everything like this. I would making it multiple selects using shifts. Delete to the first, delete, 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 sorry, delete, 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 delete. Now you can pull this one to this side and make it shorter. Good, now we have our sheet just like this. Okay, now we can edit everything here. Eugene, whatever, double click this, type in whatever you want to type. So let's say sing 105. Click on anywhere except this place to place your test. Okay, so there are certain places that when you double click, you can just type in whatever you want to type. But there are certain places too, when you double click, you cannot be able to type. You have to click on the note to indicate that you want to type something there. So let's try something here. The name, so annotation, just double click and you can see that a text box has appeared for us to type. So you can type your name, Damien. Good. So you have Damien there. All right. But for this place, let's try here. Double click, double click. It's not giving us any text box. So for that, we would have to go to annotations, then click on note, place a note here, and then type in what we want to type. So let me check. What was there? Eugene, what? Eugene, what? Eugene. Okay, so that's how to do it. So somewhere, something like this. I think when you double click, yeah, there's a text box. So you can type in the title. Picnic table. For this is a, let's say, a hatch assembly, hatch assembly, and then click here. You have that here. Okay, so now let's place our dates and then the weight, and then I think that will be all, and then that'll be all for this video too, right? Okay, let me go back and show you what we have. Right click, go back and click on edit sheet, so you have back everything. Okay, so I'll show you how to add the dates and then the weight too. Okay, so to add the date, um right click on any empty space and click on edit sheet format. Now double click here and then type in anything, and then come here, come to the properties manager on your left hand side, and then click on this one. It's called link to property. So link to property, make sure current document is selected. Now come here and click on property name, click on the drop down arrow and then search for short date. Click on short date and you can see that the estimated value, it uses your computer, the date that your computer is using. So 16th April 2024. Click on OK, and then you can see that the date is there. So now let me delete what I typed. So let me delete what I typed. So now I can click on the um check mark and then place the date. So this is the date, and this is how to place the date. So let's try again. This time here, can we type something here? We can use the note, place it here, go to link to property, do not type anything, go to link to property, click here, click on short date, click on OK, and the date is there already. This is the date. You can change the size by double clicking. Let me make it 8, and then let me change this to 0.04 or 5. Okay, now click here, and I have my date here. So that's how to make the date. Okay, so the weight, just like the date, let's bring a note here. So we'll go to annotations, notes, and then place the notes this side. Go to the properties manager, click on link to property, but this time choose model found here, not current document. For the date we choose current document, but for this choose model found here. Now I'll go to property name, go to file properties. I made some changes here, but for you, you wouldn't see something like this. So you come here, click on this, and then choose weight. Test should be chosen, and then for here you click here and then choose mass. Okay, so I've already done it, that's why you saw something like that. So when you choose mass, you see the estimated value here. Okay, and you can click on OK. Right now come here, property, and then click on weight. So you can see the weight there, click on OK, and you can add kg, right, or whatever it is, kg. Okay, or 5.02 is okay. Let me check from the exam sheet. Okay, no unit was given, so from the exam sheet it was just like this. So now you have 5.02. So you have your weight, you have your date, the name, the title, whatever it was here. So now click on any empty space, click on edit sheet, and you have everything back. So you can save, and then that's all. You have your drawing from your assembly. You have the drawing from assembly. So that's how to make an assembly drawing. And as I said, you can always change the bill of materials. You can change the size. When you come to this side, you see the arrow changes to this, your cursor changes to this shape, and then you can drag it. Okay, you can drag it. You can also right click on this arrow and then go to formatting, column width, row height, and everything. So let's go to row height, type in 0.5, and you can see that the height changes. Okay, so if you have gotten this far, this is what I do. I model, I make buildings. So this is what I do: architecture, 3D exterior, and then interior. Okay, this is what I do. This is what I do. These are some of my projects. Okay, so this is what I do.